Japan, a country famous for its cutting-edge technology, unique food, and rich culture. But did you know it also has some pretty bizarre laws and rules that you might not have heard of? From laws that seem almost unbelievable to practices that might catch you off guard, these rules show how Japan maintains social order and protects its distinct cultural identity. Let's dive into some of Japan's most unique and fascinating aspects where even the smallest actions could have serious consequences. Ready for a surprising adventure? Watch the video below. Number 20. No showing your thighs or butt in public. Did you know that a small mistake in your outfit could land you in jail in Japan? That's right. There's a law that bans showing your thighs or butt in public, with a penalty of up to 29 days in jail. This rule comes from Japan's strong tradition of modesty and respect, and it's meant to keep public spaces free from behavior considered inappropriate. The law doesn't just apply to intentional acts, even a little wardrobe slip-up can get you into trouble. The goal is to maintain social order and cultural values, though this rule has sparked controversy. While some argue that the law is too harsh and even infringes on personal freedom in a country that values rules and community harmony, following such laws is seen as essential for maintaining social stability. What do you think of this law? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Number 19. Maid cafes. In Japan, there's a unique cafe culture that's drawing attention worldwide. Maid cafes. These aren't your typical coffee shops, they're places where waitresses dressed as manga characters pamper you like a master or princess. With their whimsical atmosphere, often inspired by popular anime, maid cafes offer a break from the busy world outside. When you walk in, a charming maid greets you with a line like "Welcome home, master or princess." And if it's your first visit, don't forget to grab your master's certificate, a special card that marks your status at the cafe. The card even gets upgraded based on how many times you visit. Here, the maids don't just serve food, they'll kneel by your table, shake your ice cream, or stir your drink just the way you like it. And on top of that, you can join in fun games with the maids, creating a totally unique experience in this quirky, quiet world. Would you be up for being treated like a master or princess in this strange, fun world? Number 18. The Naked Festival. When you think of festivals in Japan, you might imagine grand parades full of culture and tradition. But one of the most unique and bizarre festivals is completely different. It's Hadaka Matsuri. Held every February in the third week at the Sedaiji Kannon Temple in Okayama, this festival isn't just about seeking good luck, it's also a place where thousands of people gather, wearing nothing but their bodies. Over 9,000 men, dressed only in traditional bear attire, step into freezing cold water to cleanse themselves before entering a chaotic scramble for a pair of lucky shingi talismans. These talismans are thrown by a priest from over 4 meters above, and whoever catches them is said to be blessed with good luck for the next year. In 2024, there's a significant change. For the first time, women are allowed to join, a fascinating shift in the festival's history. Though it may seem odd and unbelievable, Hadaka Matsuri attracts thousands of participants and spectators every year, all hoping for a year of good fortune. From the thrilling moments to the unusual traditions, this festival is definitely one of the most bizarre experiences you can have in Japan. Number 17. You can rent a hug. In Japan, there's a strange yet oddly intriguing service that's been gaining attention from both locals and tourists. You can rent a hug. Yes, you can pay to spend hours in the arms of a stranger, easing loneliness without any emotional attachment. Known as the hug service, it's one of those unique experiences you can only find in Japan. Each hug session can last anywhere from 30 minutes to 24 hours, with prices ranging from 3,000 yen for 30 minutes to 50,000 yen for a full night of comfort and relaxation. This service is exclusively for those who seek the warmth of a hug or the experience of sleeping beside a beautiful woman without any emotional attachment. Customers can also pay extra if they want to extend their time, with an additional 6,000 yen per hour, allowing you to rent a moment of peace without worrying about loneliness. In Japan, this sweet yet unusual business exists, especially in a society that values respect and maintaining personal space. What are your thoughts about this service? Is it a healthy trend, or is it a sign of a society struggling with loneliness? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Number 16. Women are banned from the sumo ring. If you've ever dreamed of stepping into the sumo ring, the sacred space where Japan's most powerful and traditional matches take place, you should know that women are strictly prohibited from entering. This ban has been in place for centuries, and even though modern society has evolved, the rule remains unchanged. The prohibition comes from Shinto beliefs, which regard the sumo ring as a holy space that connects humans to the gods. In this belief system, women are considered impure. Due to natural bodily processes like menstruation, and their presence on the ring is thought to disrupt its sanctity, making rituals ineffective and angering the gods. This explains why men also have to undergo a cleansing ritual before stepping into the ring. Additionally, Japan's traditional culture is deeply tied to gender roles. Women are often seen as symbols of gentleness, the complete opposite of the strength and ferocity that sumo represents. So the ban isn't just about religious beliefs but reflects deeply ingrained social norms. However, in the 21st century, this rule has sparked increasing controversy. Supporters of gender equality argue that the ban is outdated and denies women the opportunity to participate in this cherished cultural sport. A shocking incident in 2018 when female medical staff were ordered off the ring while trying to help a man who had collapsed from a stroke triggered widespread outrage. Despite the backlash, sumo officials continue to defend the ban as a crucial part of the sport's tradition. Number 15. Foreigners are not always welcomed. In Japan, a country known for its modernity and rich culture, there's a shocking truth that few people know: foreigners aren't always welcome. This isn't just a rumor, it's a reality that travelers and immigrants quickly notice. With 98% of the population being native Japanese, anyone who looks different quickly attracts attention and sometimes discrimination. Foreigners often face cold treatment, from being denied seats next to locals on trains to seeing clear no-entry signs in shops, restaurants, and even shopping malls reserved exclusively for Japanese people. This discrimination isn't limited to everyday life, it also affects housing and employment. Many foreigners struggle to rent apartments because of prejudice from Japanese landlords, who are reluctant to offer housing to non-Japanese nationals. And if you think getting a job or access to education is easy in Japan, you might be surprised to learn that many government offices, schools, and employers will turn you down just because you're not Japanese. Especially in education, around 20,000 foreign children in Japan are denied their right to an education simply because of differences in nationality and language. This raises serious questions about fairness in such a modern society. Number 14. The job of pushers on the subway. Imagine stepping into a packed subway train in Japan, where there's no room to move and barely any space to breathe. This scene is not uncommon during rush hour in the land of the rising sun. With its highly developed subway system, the Japanese rely heavily on this public transportation for commuting to work, school, and everywhere in between. But this dependence also creates an inevitable problem: overcrowding. During peak hours, when everyone rushes to get on, you might find yourself in a rather dramatic situation. What makes Japan unique, though, is the strange profession that exists here: the pushers. When the subway cars are packed to the brim, a team of pushers will appear to cram passengers inside, ensuring everyone makes it onto the train, no matter how tight the space. This isn't an uncommon sight, and if you ever hear an announcement for Jinshin Jiko, a human body incident, it could mean someone jumped off the train due to the extreme overcrowding. In Japan, everything must be on time, and these pushers are seen as unsung heroes, making sure people get to work or school on time. Can you imagine such a bizarre job existing? Number 13. Women take the lead in giving Valentine's Day gifts. While most countries associate Valentine's Day February 14th with couples exchanging chocolates, flowers, and sweet gifts, in Japan it's the women who take the initiative in gift giving. This is not just a quirky tradition, it's also accompanied by some surprising customs that might leave you speechless. On Valentine's Day, instead of men giving gifts, Japanese women give chocolates to the men in their lives. And it's not just limited to romantic relationships, it extends to workplaces as well. Female office workers spend time and money picking out limited edition chocolates from famous shops to give to their male bosses and colleagues. These gifts, called giri choco, carry a special meaning. They're meant to express respect and gratitude. But the story doesn't end there. A month later, on White Day, March 14th, men are expected to repay the favor by giving gifts to their female co-workers. And not just any gifts, men are expected to return 3 times the value of the gifts they received on Valentine's Day. It's a peculiar yet fascinating cycle that you won't find anywhere else. Number 12. The strange fake culture of Japan. The Japanese are known for their deep respect and manners, but behind this polite facade lies a lesser-known mystery. Hon and tatemai, 2 fundamental concepts in Japanese culture, create a communication style that many might find hard to believe. While hon represents a person's true feelings, taitame is what they say or do simply to fit the situation, even if it's the opposite of what they truly think. In Japan, things are rarely as simple as they appear. For instance, if someone invites you out for a meal, it might just be a social formality. They don't necessarily expect you to say yes, and if you do, they might even feel uncomfortable. Similarly, when you give a gift, they'll immediately compliment it, but does the gift ever get used? Even when offering food, you might hear praise for how delicious it is, while the person has secretly finished their drink because they didn't want to eat more. Though it may seem fake, this is an essential part of maintaining harmony and avoiding causing discomfort in Japan. It's how they show respect for one another and prevent awkwardness in any given situation. If you've interacted with Japanese people, have you noticed this difference? Share your thoughts in the comments. Number 11. No tattoos allowed in public baths. In Japan, tattoos aren't just a form of art, they carry deep historical and cultural significance. What might surprise many visitors is that if you have a tattoo, no matter how small, you might be denied entry to public baths, hot springs, onsen, or even swimming pools. The deeper reason goes beyond aesthetics and ties into the collective subconscious of the Japanese. Tattoos in Japan were historically used to mark criminals or signify social class, but over time they became associated with the Yakuza, Japan's notorious organized crime syndicate. As a result, tattoos developed a negative connotation linked with crime and violence. To preserve the peaceful environment in public spaces, bathhouses and onsens imposed a ban on people with tattoos, fearing it could make others uncomfortable. Additionally, Japanese culture highly values harmony and respect for the collective. Exposing tattoos in shared spaces can be seen as disruptive to the aesthetic or as disrespecting the community. As a result, visitors with tattoos are often asked to cover them up with stickers or towels. However, times are changing. Younger generations in Japan are becoming more accepting, seeing tattoos as a form of personal expression and style. Some onsen have also relaxed their policies, allowing guests with small tattoos to use their facilities if they cover them. Number 10. It's illegal for couples to sleep separately. If you think marriage is a personal choice, you'll need to think again when it comes to Japan. In this country, it's actually illegal for married couples to sleep apart at night. If one partner fails to return home without a valid reason, they could be fined or reprimanded by the police. This may sound like something out of a strange mystery, but it's a strict rule in Japan. Why is this the case? The rule stems from traditional values about marriage, where living together wasn't just a responsibility, but a way to maintain family ties. It allowed couples to share living costs, help with household chores, and most importantly, raise children together in the most effective way. Living together is also seen as a way to reduce the risk of divorce, something Japan has strived to maintain for years. Number 9. Slurping noodles is a golden rule in Japan. Among all the strict table manners in Japan, like not moving your plate or never sticking your chopsticks into food, there's one seemingly strange rule that often surprises visitors. Slurping your noodles or soup is not only allowed, but it's actually encouraged. While other cultures might view this as rude, in Japan it's a sign of respect and admiration for the meal. When you slurp, you're not just showing enjoyment, you're also sending a compliment to the cook, telling them the dish is delicious. This helps you enjoy the food while it's still hot and fresh, and is a part of Japan's food etiquette. So, don't be surprised if you hear someone slurping at the table. That's just how they show their appreciation for the meal. Number 8. The culture of napping. In Japan, there is something quite strange yet incredibly common: dozing off anywhere, whether on the subway, in the street, or even at work. But don't be quick to think that this is a sign of tiredness or laziness. On the contrary, napping in Japan is seen as a symbol of hard work and relentless effort. The Japanese are known for their absolute dedication to their work, to the point that they seize every moment of free time to rest and recharge. And the ideal place to do this is on the subway, where they simply rest their chin on the armrest and fall into a deep sleep, even though there are no beds or pillows. In fact, napping is even called inamuri, a unique practice in Japan, where people not only accept but actually encourage resting right at their desk or in class. Here, napping is not seen as laziness but as a sign of diligence and responsibility. An employee might even be praised if they fall asleep at their desk, because it shows that they've been working hard and never waste time. Number 7. Infidelity on the rise in Japan. Although Japan has a surprisingly low divorce rate, there is a shocking truth hidden behind this: marriage in Japan is not always blissful. In a society where privacy is highly valued, divorce is not an easy option. Women are often homemakers, and if they divorce, reintegrating into financial life is a tough battle. On the other hand, men consider the potential loss of custody of their children a significant factor before making a decision. However, what makes marriage in Japan even more complicated is the surprisingly high rate of infidelity. A 2019 survey revealed that 15.2% of women and 20.5% of men in Japan admitted to having cheated. The reasons are not simple. They are afraid to express their true feelings to their partner. Even though Japanese couples live together, intimacy tends to decrease after marriage. They don't expect sex to be a part of their family life. Simply fulfilling their responsibilities is enough. Moreover, the lingering male-dominant mentality still has a strong influence in Japan. Men can easily admit to infidelity without much criticism, while women face severe social judgment. Women are criticized when stepping outside their marriage, while men are often allowed to do so without facing much negative backlash. Number 6. Japanese children go to school alone. In Japan, there is something rare that few places around the world can compare to. Children as young as 5 years old are expected to take the bus or walk to school on their own without parental supervision. This is not a form of challenge but an integral part of the country's strong self-reliance education, which starts at a very young age. Japanese children are taught to live independently from an early age, understanding that if they encounter difficulties, they can seek help from anyone in the community. This may sound shocking, but the success of this system comes from a special factor: a community that is always ready to support and protect the children, creating a safe and reliable environment. And you will be even more surprised to know that Japan even has a popular TV show called Hajimete no Atsukai, My First Errand, where children as young as 2 or 3 are filmed while performing small tasks like going to the market or delivering items for their parents. From navigating the city on their own to other independent experiences, Japanese children learn to face the world alone from a very young age. What do you think about this self-reliance? Is it an excellent educational approach or something too harsh? Number 5. Ban on obesity. Can you believe that being obese could lead you to break the law? In Japan, what seems impossible is actually a reality, as the country enforces strict regulations to control weight and protect public health. The Metabo Law was enacted to promote a healthy lifestyle and prevent dangerous diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and stroke, conditions closely related to obesity. According to the law, adults must have their waist circumference measured regularly, with specific limits. Men cannot exceed 85 centimeters and women cannot exceed 90 centimeters. If your waist measurement exceeds these limits, you will be required to join weight loss programs, ranging from health counseling to special classes organized by local authorities. What's remarkable is that this program has yielded impressive results. The obesity rate in Japan is significantly lower than in many other developed countries, and the average life expectancy of its citizens is among the highest in the world. This makes the Metabo Law an important part of Japan's strategy to maintain public health. However, this regulation is not without controversy. Many argue that mandatory waist measurements invade privacy and create unnecessary pressure. Others question the long-term effectiveness of the program, since success largely depends on personal motivation and effort rather than administrative measures. Number 4. Ban on human cloning. In Japan, human cloning is not just a science fiction concept, but was once the ambition of many, from scientists to individuals hoping for a perfect version of themselves. However, behind the allure of this technology lie fears about ethics, law, and the potential risks, which led the Japanese government to implement a strict ban. Since 2001, human cloning has been illegal in Japan. According to the regulations, anyone who intentionally engages in human cloning could face up to 10 years in prison or a huge fine of 10 million yen. This ban was established to prevent interference with the natural reproductive process, protect personal rights, and avoid unforeseeable social risks. The concerns are not without foundation. Human cloning could lead to deep ethical and psychological crises. A clone, upon realizing they are simply an artificial version, might experience self-doubt or even face societal discrimination. Not to mention the complex legal ramifications concerning inheritance, identity, and personal responsibility. Yet the story of human cloning is not just about a ban. It is a delicate intersection between science and ethics, a thin line humans must always confront as technology progresses. Does human cloning truly bring benefits, or does it only create more potential dangers? Number 3. Japanese do everything alone. Japan is a place where you can live fully with yourself without feeling lonely or out of place. In a society where independence is highly respected, doing everything alone has become a unique cultural phenomenon. One of the strangest and most fascinating things about Japan is that you never have to worry about eating, going out, or even singing karaoke by yourself. In Japan, eating alone is not only normal but is also seen as an enjoyable experience. A great example of this is the Ichiran restaurant chain, where diners can enjoy a delicious bowl of ramen without speaking a word. Private eating booths with curtains completely separate you from others, leaving only the sound of your meal and the quiet movements of the staff. This space allows you to enjoy your food undisturbed, completely anonymous, and with full respect for your privacy. But this is not limited to eating. If you want to watch a movie, sing karaoke, or even just have a drink in a private space, Japan offers countless options. Places like Bar Hitori and private karaoke rooms provide spaces for those who cherish their independence. So, what is your opinion on these places? Would you want to try experiencing life alone in Japan? Number 2. Japan does not have a capital. Do you think Tokyo is the capital of Japan? Here's a surprising truth: Japan does not have an official capital. While Tokyo is the current administrative center and the residence of the imperial family, legally, it is not considered the capital of the country. This story dates back to long before, when the capital of Japan changed multiple times throughout different eras. In 1986, the Japanese government decided to abolish the concept of an official capital. This process began in 1868, when the emperor and the government headquarters moved from Kyoto to Tokyo. However, in 1950, a bold decision was made: Tokyo would not be recognized as the official capital. It may be hard to believe, but according to Japan's current constitution, there is no legal provision that designates Tokyo as the capital. Number 1. No garbage disposal before designated time. You might think that throwing out trash is a simple daily habit, but in Japan, this practice has become an art, and anyone who breaks the rules can face heavy fines. In Japan, you cannot bring your trash outside before the designated time, and if you violate this rule, you could face a fine of several thousand yen. This may sound strict, but the reasoning behind this rule will make you reconsider how we handle waste in our everyday lives. In Japan, waste management is not just a task, it's part of environmental protection. Every household must sort waste according to the 3R system: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Only properly sorted waste can be taken out on the specified days, and doing this too early can cause the trash to smell, attract insects, lead to environmental pollution, and negatively affect public health. This system not only keeps the streets clean but also optimizes waste collection. Japan currently leads the world in recycling rates, and thanks to these strict rules, they've achieved impressive success. This regulation exemplifies the high community ideals and responsibility of the people here. When visiting Japan, don't forget to check the trash collection schedule for your area to avoid fines and help protect the environment. And so we've explored some of the unique regulations and quirky cultural aspects that exist only in Japan. Each law and custom reflects a part of the distinct personality and lifestyle of the Japanese people. While some might surprise us, these differences have contributed to creating a society that is both disciplined and vibrant. If you found this information interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future discoveries in our upcoming videos. Goodbye for now, and see you next time.